If you're seeing this message, just know that sometimes you just gotta create the thing, whatever it ends up being for you, because it is so important to follow your dreams for your own type of, so you can feel good about what you want to do. And I'm gonna show different examples from my life, and kind of get with what I'm feeling. I'm gonna try not to make this video too long and more straight and to the point. I like to add what's the date, because I like to add a little background on what I'm doing and stuff. So it is 2:05 a.m. Monday, May 11th, 2026. I actually recorded. I probably would have had to make a lot of cuts, but 17 minutes worth of footage, but I wanted to make a separate video because I feel like now that I've kind of talked it through the camera and practice recording that section, I have a little more of how I want to say the message. So if you have something that you're really working on, but you're worried other people will judge you, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but nobody cares. I haven't really talked about Disney. Yeah, I've talked about video editing and really working on getting that Disney video out there. But I haven't talked about experiences that I've had, or not many anyway. And one thing I really noticed was Disney was the most people I've ever seen in my life. And I think I came through this realization when I was at Epcot and I saw so many people, and Bobby and I scooted around the world in our scooters, and this feels really cool to say, but there was all these different people. There was a lot of people at Magic Kingdom too, but I feel like I had this realization at Epcot. There was so many different people, people in a relationship, people there by themselves, people there with a whole family, kids, grandparents, all these different people with all these different types of lives, and each person going through their each individual thing. And people, I was watching this video, and people are each the main character in their own lives, and that really resonated with me. But sometimes you never know when you have the possibility to create something that can, and sharing it, that can really resonate with other people. And by sharing it, I feel like that means a lot both to you, but it has the potential to mean a lot to other people, and maybe they can resonate with it. Hopefully this is the right way I'm saying this, but if nobody cares, then why not create the thing? And I notice the more times I create the thing, the more happier that I feel that I did something and I shared something in my own type of way that might look different with you, but you take what resonates. For example, I made a poem April 30th, and I recorded April 30th, but I didn't video edit it till May 10th. I think it only got 2 or 3 views, but I created it because I thought it was a good poem and I felt motivated to create it. I just really wanted to make it. I hadn't made a poem in a couple months, maybe even a year or two, one that I've completed. I've did bits and fragments every so often, but I just felt really happy with that one. And maybe there's times where I'm just kind of rambling off, and I'm trying to get better with that, but sometimes I just really like to say what's on my mind. The Disney video I have been working on, we probably went over 6 months ago, back in September 2025, but I have this idea that I want it to be the best video that it can be, not for views, but because I want to make it in a way where it's really interesting to watch, and I want to video edit in a certain way. And I've taken a lot of different steps off and on. First, while we were there for 2 weeks, taking all those photos and videos, and then a couple months ago, writing a couple days before we went and a couple days I edited up to while we were there, but it was too detailed. And then a month or two later, video editing the first 5.5 minutes, and I might redo it, but then again I might base it off of that and put my voice over it and cut out what I find not interesting, try to structure it so it's more in order. Doing all this on your phone, because side note, you can do whatever you set your mind to. Don't let your hardware stop you from what you want to do. Like, I have a laptop, but I really feel like you can do a lot of things on the phone, especially nowadays. So taking those steps, and actually tonight I got a lot done with that. I completely disregarded the really detailed one, and so far I'm into a couple days before we went and a couple days during our stay. I'm like currently in the middle of day 4, so I'm like 1,700 to 1,900 word count on that so far, and it's not very detailed, but it's pretty detailed. So I might even write a third one where like only the punchiest, like the everything that happened, but like not my least detailed one, because right now I have a medium detail, so I might do a least detailed one, and this is just the process that I'm having right now. And I might make that a separate video, but when I go to video edit it, everything will be in order, like with the most important things that happen. So when I go to video edit it, like each different thing that happens will hopefully like be in order, and that's kind of like the structure idea I have with that. And I'm just giving you examples in my life to kind of help with explaining that, because sometimes you have things that you want to create. And for the longest time, I was like wondering, like, what do I want to create? I'd love to have this long project that I work on a bit each day, but little did I know I already do. And that's the Disney video, because I'm like, what do I make YouTube videos about? And as time passes, you get these interests, and sometimes it feels like, oh my god, when are these interests going to come for video ideas? But then all of a sudden you get a bunch at once, and you gotta just remember that, like, and keep open to different ideas. Like, this whole thought of, and hopefully I'm saying this right, like, nobody cares. Like, I just watched one video on it because I didn't want to get lost in analysis paralysis, and I'm like, well, I could always make another video on this, but I just watched one just for right now. And if I want to make a more research detailed video later, I can, and that's part of the beauty. Don't do what somebody else wants you to do. You do what you want to do with your life. That makes the most sense, and that's a good part of the message. Today's May 11th, 2026. We're a couple hours into today. Yesterday was Mother's Day. I kind of slept like weird hours, but I still hung out with my mom. She made her famous burgers. Like, everyone really loves her burgers. I think they're really good too. And we ate, and we watched some TV and talked, and we watched some Naked and Afraid and a little bit of Filthy Fortune, but mostly Naked and Afraid. She really likes that show, and I ended up talking to her later. I said, I love you so much. I hope you had a nice and relaxing day. And she said, yeah, I did. I love you too. And it just was nice. And while I was doing that, Bobby was out at Sunday Fun Day karaoke. I woke up and he wasn't there because I ended up sleeping weird hours. But he ended up coming home later, but just a little while before he come home, like around an hour before he come home, I looked through photos and videos of the first couple of days before and the first couple of days during, and I managed to write almost 2,000 words, and I feel like that's a good section, because sometimes I'm an all-out person and I want to just keep writing till it's done, or doing whatever I'm doing till it's done, but sometimes I gotta realize I gotta take it in little chunks. So I talked with Bobby a bit. He had one of the burgers my mom made, and then he went to sleep, and I was still wide awake. So what I did, I wanted to keep working on something, but I'm like, I can't put all my energy in this Disney project. I gotta work on something else to kind of like space it out. So what I ended up doing was cleaning most of the bathroom. It smells so good in there. That door behind me. So I started with the ceiling, then I did behind the toilet, most of the walls and the floor, and at some point I took everything off the sink, did the sink, around the mirror. I still gotta do the mirror, but it's a work in progress. A good amount of the shower and most of the walls, and it smells so good in there. There's always something to be done. And a little side note type thing. When I first started making videos, I had this dark blue towel here. And then for the longest time, well, for quite a while, I had this lighter, more cyan this lighter, more cyan towel. And now is the dawn of the gray towel. And I'm even wearing a gray shirt to match and a darker gray hoodie to like kind of match. First I didn't do that on purpose, but then I saw those clothes and I'm like, oh, that would be really cool. And then I'm wearing green pants because, well, you don't see the pants, so but it still kind of matches. But I also clean this shelf over here and this shelf over here. Then every couple of days I do this table right here. And every so often I make the bed, and I also did a lot of vacuuming. And you know, every so often dusting, cleaning in front of the TV, every type of like upkeep type of thing. So when I'm not doing something creatively, I'm cleaning something, I'm switching it up because there's always something that needs to be cleaned. So I do that like in little bites. So when you feel burnt out in whatever creative thing you're doing, you could be cleaning something. Another example was a few days ago, I felt depressed and I kept getting ideas to do things, but I just wanted to lay in bed and not really do anything. And that led me to feeling more depressed. But then I noticed once I started doing things, that really boosted my morale. It made me happy, you know, it made me want to do things. And that like snowballed and made me keep wanting to do things. And it bounces, I noticed, from getting housework done to doing this creative thing, kind of like a back and forth type of thing. So after I cleaned most of the bathroom, I ended up taking a shower, and then I'm like, you know what? I really want to record a video, so I did that, and I recorded the first 17 minutes. But there was this kind of like ringing in the background, so I'm like, but then all of a sudden it stopped. I was in another room, so I can't control that, and it just stopped. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna redo this video because I feel like there would have been a lot of editing. And at one point Bobby woke up and I was talking to him, so I wanted this to be its own thing, and I can already feel how it's coming out better now that I kind of did a practice run. I talked into the camera with what I wanted to say, and now I have an idea of like what I want to say, and just kind of went from there. And I love sharing like bits and pieces to all add up to the whole thing of different like projects that I'm doing, and to help myself word it out, make these video memories, but also hopefully others can find value in it too. So I took my shower, did this 17 minutes, and now I'm recording this video. And we're just almost about 17 minutes in, but there will be cuts, so it's just about where the practice video was, but I feel like this is the video I'm going to use. And I feel accomplished today. And the message is, if you have something that you want to create, do it because you want to. Don't chase views for it. Just create it because you want to create it. And sometimes, for my example, like the Disney video, sometimes you have this long-term project, like I've been working on it off and on since we went over 6 months ago. Like if you have a long-term project, work on that, but some days you just want to press record, like this video. Like I just wanted to press record. Don't forget to stay hydrated. That's better. Like this video, I just wanted to press record. I'll do some light editing and then get it out there. I made a spoken word poem on April 30th, and I didn't video edit it till May 10th, around there. But I did it because I felt, what's the right word, like a passion towards it. I wanted to create it because I felt like Like, I had made a finished poem in anywhere from a few months to a year or two. I've done bits and pieces off and on, but I created that because it just felt good to me and it vibed with me. And even though it only has 2 or 3 views, I created it because it brought me joy. And for the longest time, I was like, what's this long project that I could work on? But they will slowly surface as you create things. And a lesson I took away from this, I realized that I was searching for this long project that I can work on a bit each day, but what I realized is I already have been doing it. I already have been having this project. For example, the Disney project, I've been working off and on for over 6 months since we went, and I didn't even think about it like that. And then I finally realized that's the project, and there will be other projects as I create things. And then there's video confirmation burp, and then there's videos like this where I just press record, do some light video editing, and then there it is. And when I really think about it, there's other ones too, like I still haven't gotten that chicken soup video out yet, so that can still be a project. And recently, for a quick one, I have 2 or 3 different gaming videos. One or two is like this game called Old School RuneScape, and then one of them is called Maple Idol, just games I play on my phone. And I don't know if I said this in the first practice video I did, so I'm going to say it again, or if I did it in this one, but don't let your hardware hold you back. Like, I have a laptop, but mostly, especially nowadays, like, you can use your phone for a lot of different things, so I use my phone to record, video edit, share the video, and I really believe, like, there's so much you can do on the phone nowadays. So I've been doing most of my stuff on my phone, and I remember seeing somewhere, like a comment somewhere or something. Probably wouldn't be able to find it if I tried, but I liked what they said. Don't let your hardware hold you back. Like, whatever you can create on, just create it. Create it because you're passionate about it. And I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but like, nobody cares, so like, why aren't you just trying to do it? But that can also be hard too. Like, if nobody cares and it's been years, and you start to ask, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, but then as time goes on, you get answers and you learn how to improve. Like, I've seen slight improvement in my channel and stuff, and you just can't give up. You gotta be as consistent as you can and just keep going with it and keep trying, because you never know what could come of it. And a big reason I do this is to make video memories of different times in my life, and I really see myself sticking with this channel and creating anything and everything that I feel like creating. But yeah, anything I miss, I will put in the description. I'm finishing this up at 2:26 a.m. Like I said, I've been sleeping like weird hours, but if you have this creative thing that you want to work on, I might even make a follow-up to this video, we'll see. But if you have this creative thing, whatever it is, for me right now, it's making YouTube videos and writing and video editing and sharing them and all that. Those are like my main focuses. If you have whatever your creative thing is, don't give up on it, keep going with it, and when you get burnt out, do something like housework and do something else to keep yourself, well, so you don't get burnt out, and to keep yourself engaged, and rest when you need to rest, eat, hygiene, hydrate, and all that lovely stuff. Try to find a balance. But yeah, I don't want to make this too long. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope that's real soon. Bye for now.